And that one. Put those in there. Where's the fancy? Oh Lord, that's bright. Nope, you know what? I'm not gonna risk that truck locking itself. There you go, this one. I'm almost positive Chevrolet's taller. That should be good. Haha, remote start. Oh, we got me a spit already. What's this thing set to? Air conditioning? 75. Turn the fan down. Beautiful. You know what? I don't even know if this thing will stay. Will it stay? Not really. So I guess this is technically a V6 pickup truck review at this point. I have no idea what this video is for. But let's just talk about that. 18.9 average my last 400. It's wrong. I can tell you that much. And it still has to go up. Damn, I'm still 2 inches short. Oh no, that's as high as the jack goes. Alright, they set the park brake so it don't move. You know what? This is when you just let her down, move her by hand. Well, ready to go. After I figure out how to get out of all these muddy clothes, since I decided to lay down on the deck to strap it. All right, let's talk about my Silverado. This V6 Silverado. This is a 4.3. The truck is a double cab. It's a small 4-door. It's 4-wheel drive, and it's a V6. I mean, I don't know what else to say about it. So yeah, this is my second time towing the Jeep with it. The Jeep supposedly curb weight's like 3,760. Let's just call my Jeep 4,000, I guess. The trailer that I got on here today is less than 2,000 pounds, so we got less than 6,000 pounds behind this truck right now. This truck's rated for 7.1, and the whole reason I bought this truck was because it could tow 7.1, and I knew how much I was going to have hooked to the back. So I was like, oh, this is perfect for a Jeep. So yeah, let's talk about how many miles have I had this thing? Okay, 3,440. So the 3,000 mile review, 3,500 mile review. As far as like going back and forth to church and stuff, I love this truck. You know, it's not a 5.3. It's just not a V8. Like, but when you don't have anything hooked to it, just normal driving, unless you just love being a maniac all the time, this truck's fine. Like there's, you know, majority of the time I use a truck, I get stuff in the bed, and it's not usually heavy stuff. I just carry a whole lot of stuff at once, and the 6 cylinders, you know, it feels like enough motor. I don't know any other specs besides how much it can tow. So whatever a 2016 4.3 is, you can Google that, and that gives you your answer. I just know it tows 7.1. As far as pulling the Jeep, going up Highway 231, so if you start in Wetumpka and hop on Highway 231 and drive towards Highway 280 in Sylacauga, it maintains the speed limit except for like 2 hills. It's about, it about gave it all it could get for 2 hills. But there's a bunch of, I mean, I can't fault the truck. I mean, it's rough on a lot of vehicles that tow. And I'm used to having a 3/4 ton towing 2,000 pounds, you know. It holds the speed limit no matter what. And that's why I'm kind of like let down by this truck. But then again, I can't really be all that mad because I'm the one that bought the V6. But today, I'm going to get a different impression of this truck because I am going to tow it to Elite Off-Road Performance up in Chelsea. And I got a low tire. Oh, I left that shit in the truck. Last time I towed with the Jeep, I was getting, my trans fluid was getting like 213, 215. It was getting up there. And come on, car. You were taking a right anyway? What sense does that make? But yeah, last time I towed with the truck, my trans temp was getting kind of higher than I would like. And today, I'm gonna go down the interstate and see how it changes. But let me get some gas real quick, because I get 10 miles per, also get 10 miles per gallon towing with the V6. So there's that. So it is raining outside, if you can't tell. But I've been on the interstate. That was the first Prattville exit, and I got on at the last Montgomery exit, and it just now downshifted. But this gradual hill with the first Prattville exit, it was holding the same gear as it was flat till about halfway up, and then it downshifted. But it's holding 100 and it went from 169 to 172 coming up this hill. Now if I was to drive through Wetumpka, just up Highway 231 all the way to Highway 280, 174, I would already be at almost 200 degrees in transmission temp, because Wetumpka I hit every single red light, and it's just, this truck, the transmission just gets warm with stop and go. So now we're going downhill again. It went back to the same gear, but so far, you know, towing with a V6 on the interstate is much better than like country highways where you go up a hill, down a hill. You know, the interstate's a little bit more flat. So this is like 10 times better so far, which I've only gone up one. See, I'm at 178 already, just from that hill. It'll take it a minute to catch up. It'll probably get up to 189, and then I got another hill right there. But so far, it's doing better than it did going through town. Hopefully it doesn't get too hot, because if it gets too hot, which it hasn't yet, then I should be fine. So far I've been on the interstate for probably an hour or so, and like my biggest concern with this truck was, you know, trans temp while towing. Well, I'm at 178, and so far I-65 has been between like 180s and mid 190s, and I only got the 190s because someone in the left lane was driving slow, and he decided to cut off cut me off 3 car, you know, I had 3 car lengths. I was gaining on the dude, and he decided to cut over, and I had to slam on brakes and then do all this accelerating with his V6, and then it got at 194, but that's the highest it's gotten. And yeah, I mean 194, and that's with me having, you know, that's not bad, I guess. I mean, it's making my concerns for this truck it's easing my concerns for this truck, because, you know, a V6 truck, I was like, yeah, whatever. I really, you know, I'm sketchy about towing it. That's why I chose the interstate today instead of highway. But yeah, interstate towing is great. I like it. The truck's comfortable. It holds, you know, whatever, you know, I have it set to 70 whatever. Oh Lord. Yeah, I have it set to 72. It pretty much holds it. And the transmission seems, you know, happy. So that's good. Everything about the truck seems happy on the interstate, which I'm ecstatic for, because, you know, it's just I'm not really much of a half-ton guy, and then a half-ton of the V6, it just scares me, you know. But either way, I got another 37 minutes worth of driving, so we'll see how it goes. I get off the interstate in 23 miles, so hopefully everything still goes smooth. So I pretty much forgot to even record. Okay, whatever. So I got the Jeep dropped off. The truck says 10.3 miles per gallon, towing, you know, 6,000 pounds. The Jeep gets about that much driving itself around, so to me it's no different if I would drove Jeep up there, but this way with the truck I can drive myself home, so that really doesn't bother me none. But yeah, the highest the trans temp got to on the interstate, or the whole drive today, was 194, and that's when I got cut off and had to slow down to like 60 and then speed back up going uphill, and it got to 194, so it really wasn't all that bad. Very comfortable to tow. Whenever I got off the interstate, hopped on like a highway and had to go up and down hills, I mean, it stayed in the 180s. It was quite comfortable. The whole drive today on the interstate was comfortable. The truck held the speed limit everywhere. Transmission never touched 200. What else? I mean, for a V6 truck, I mean, it did quite well today, if I had to say so myself. Now, I guess I could talk about the rest of the truck. There's not really much to say. I mean, it's an LT. I got, you know, the fanciest thing about this is it's heated seats, dual climate control, and has a full center console with Apple CarPlay. I mean, the seats are cloth, heated cloth. Well, I mean, it's just an LT, the fanciest truck I've ever owned. But then again, this is like the new base model nowadays. It feels like, you know, getting heated seats and a full center console really isn't uncommon nowadays. I mean, this is a very common trim on a truck. I don't know, really. I mean, I like the truck. I like riding it back and forth. Driving it down the interstate today really changed my mind about wanting to sell it, because everywhere I'd want to drive would be interstate. As far as like long distance, it's comfortable. Besides, the seats are a little stiff, but I'm just going to put that on the heated seat function makes these trucks stiffer, I guess. I mean, every truck I've had without heated seats were comfortable. Even my last one, my 2019 like this, it was comfortable, but it didn't have heated seats. So if I was to do it all over again, I wouldn't buy heated seats. That's just me. I really don't care. The Jeep doesn't have heated seats. The Ranger doesn't have heated seats. The F-150 work truck with vinyl seats does not have heated seats. So it's not like I'm really losing much if I buy a truck without heated seats. But yeah, I mean, it's a nice truck. The V6 is enough. Like, bare minimum requirements would be a 4.3. So I don't know. I really don't know what to say. It's got a ton of ports. I mean, I think that's a house plug. That's USBs. So I mean, I got 2 USBs, 2 cigarette lighters, and a house plug. I got 2 USBs and a cigarette lighter inside the center console. Center console's got a light. The sunglass holder is too small for my Oakleys. Both, what the hell is that noise? Both visors have lights in them with mirrors, even the driver, surprisingly. I mean, everything's LED in here from the center console. That's a Tahoe driving a, oh Lord. I guess it's squatted like hell. But yeah, yeah, the center console lights LED. I have LEDs in the door handles to light them up. I have an LED shining down there. I mean, map lights are LED. Dome lights LED. I mean, it feels like a pretty, you know, well-equipped truck. It's a shame that it's a V6, but so is my work truck. That's an F-150. So the whole reason why I bought this truck, because the work truck was fine. But yeah, I guess that's really it. I don't have much to say about the truck. I mean, it's just a double cab, 6.5 foot bed, four-wheel drive V6 Chevrolet. So, oh, there's a Jeep for sale for $21,000. Yellow. But yeah, I guess that's the end of this one. I mean, it's just a truck. So yeah, thank you for watching. I guess I just got bored and felt like making some kind of video in case anybody thought about buying a V6. I mean, you can use my 3,554 mile review as a, I don't know how, like, how much you want to take that for, like, take it with a grain of salt, or think it's a pretty solid thing. But the truck does shift rough when you're at 20. I guess it's when it's going from third to second. The thing shifts rough. I mean, someone on the forum said replace the map sensor. I ended up getting a check engine light for rich fuel, changed the map sensor, which was on top of the intake, and check engine light went away, and the truck started shifting better, but not 100%. It still shifts pretty rough going from third to second, which I know these trucks have bad transmissions, and you know, it's something I live with. I mean, that's a downfall. That and the lifters, because you see right there it says V6. If I come off and it says V4, that's the other downfall of these Chevrolets. So, you know, I have a 5-year, 120,000 mile warranty, so I'm not really concerned. I like the way the truck looked. I really like the way it looked. I like the fact you can tow 7,000 pounds. So I was like, okay, whatever, I'll get a warranty, and if something happens, that's what the warranty's for. So, you know, I'll be inconvenienced for like a day whenever it decides to take a crap on me. But worst case scenario, I still have the F-150 at the house and the Jeep, so it's not that big of a deal if the truck decides to poop itself. But yeah, I mean, that's really what I would change that. You know, if I felt like keeping this truck. I'm still thinking about 3/4 ton though, so I might post this thing up on Facebook today. I might keep it for another 2 years. I don't know. I usually buy a new truck every 6 months. That's why my credit's so bad, because I have so many inquiries on it. But yeah, I guess that's my review on the damn V6 Chevy. Short, sweet, to the point. Towing review. I don't know if you can tell. I still have the trailer on her, because, well. So yeah, I guess if you'd like to, you know, comment, and I'd answer any questions that anyone happens to have. This just down dirty review. I mean, I can't really, I'm not gonna drag it out. It's a V6 Chevrolet. It pulls a Jeep fine. It drives down the interstate fine with a Jeep. And hills are just an issue because these trucks probably don't have a big enough transpooler in them for that kind of towing. But you know, and you can see those mountains in front of me. That's about what I'm taking the highway home, because the trailer I borrowed, he lives down this highway, and it's the fastest route. So, which with the truck empty, it's not a big deal. Driving up and down the hills is just towing the Jeep. So yeah, you know, to reiterate everything I've already said multiple times, if you got a question, just comment. I'll answer it. You know, I don't get that many views anyway, so if anyone who sees this has a question, just post it and I'll answer it for you. But yeah, I'll see y'all on the next one. I got a Jeep ride on the 25th, and I think this is the 11th. So in 14 more days, I'll have another ride. We'll be back in the Jeep. So until then, I'll just see y'all later.